My next guest was one of the big winners at UFC 316, but now he's going to be fighting at UFC 317, stepping up on short notice, going to be taking on Brandon Royval in place of Manel Kopp. It's Joshua Van joining me here on the program. Josh, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, you seem pretty relaxed for a guy who's going to be fighting in a couple of weeks now against Brandon Royval. When did you find out about this? We just had your fight on Saturday night. I know you got home not that long ago. When did you get the news? When did you even know this was a possibility that you were going to be fighting on UFC 317?
I think we both know at the same time, me and Royval, because they called me on Sunday, and I didn't believe. I said yes, but I kind of don't believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Royval go off on the IG or something,
Yeah.
and then when he said I was stepping in, I was like, okay, bet we got the fight.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? So,
Crazy.
yeah.
So how quickly did it come together? Because like you said, you found out sort of the next day that this was a possibility. Like when was it all pen to paper? Was that all signed yesterday? When was it official?
It was official when he put that video.
Oh, really?
So
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
yes, as soon as they called me, as soon as my manager Jason called me, so
Yeah.
I was just waiting on his side. So
Okay.
yeah,
And it probably a little bit easier. You both have the same manager, right? So that makes the process of this go a lot faster. Okay, well that's cool. Well, listen, I don't want to overstate that win on Saturday. We got to talk about that quickly. What a performance, man! That had to have been one of the best wins of your career. The striking was on point. You get the finish in the third round. Did the fight play out how you thought it would? Like you look pretty dominant in that performance.
yeah, man. I think I got to the level where like I'm very comfortable in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I don't have to chase for the knockout. So it kind of play out, the way I planned it. But I thought I was gonna finish him in the second round.
I did
And I
too,
called
actually. I was actually
it.
surprised. Maybe a couple refs may have stopped it right then and there, but any party seeing this and you're like, what do I got to do more? Because you were hitting him with some good shots.
Yeah, man, he's a tough guys, man. Tough guys, getting dropped like that a couple times, and he just came back. And even in the third round, you know what I mean. He was doing good the first couple minutes too. So he got hurt, man. He got nothing but respect from me.
Yeah, no, for sure. Was there were any worries you wouldn't finish him? Like it looked like you were going to, right? Like you get the third round finish, but any part of you like, man, this guy looks like the Terminator.
Nah, I knew I was gonna finish him.
Yeah.
I think if you watch the fight and listen to my corner, there was we don't want no power. We want speed, So we was just taking our times and stuff like that.
Did you get to celebrate after the fight? I know it's on the East Coast, so it's a little bit later. Did you get to enjoy yourself after the fight?
No, we was looking for food.
Nothing was open, probably. Yeah.
Right, nothing was open. So yeah,
Okay.
that was
Take me through what the next couple of weeks are going to look like, because this fight's on the 28th. It's June 10th today.
yeah. So we start training as soon as they call me. So yeah, we're gonna be here for 2 weeks, and then we're gonna fly out there.
Okay, that makes sense. I imagine you were pretty familiar with Royval. Like, had you watched tape on him before? Because I know you don't watch like every fight, but was he someone you were pretty familiar with?
No, not really. But I watched his last fight when he fought Tyra or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I watched his fight, and then when they call me, I just go back and watch all his fights. So yeah, I'm studying him too. So
Okay, but that's more your coaches, right? I know your coaches kind of look at everything and then relay it to you and then build up the game plan, right? Like you rely a lot on your coaches when it comes to strategy, right?
yeah, I used to, and I used to just tell the coach to watch the fight and then let me know. But now, like 3 fights ago,
Mhm.
I started watching my opponent and studying myself too. So that really helped a lot. So like, you know what I mean? The coaches see something, and then I see something, and then we both talk about it. You know what I mean? To on what to do in the fight and stuff like that. So it really play out to be great game plans.
How do you go about not overtraining? You just came off a camp. You got another camp coming in here. I'm sure that's something your coaches are talking to you about like, hey, we don't want to be like too burnt out going into the fight. Is it one of those things you just trust your coaches and they'll kind of gauge where you're at, with, cardio and everything else? Like you kind of rely on them heavily for that? Or is that a personal thing where you're like, okay, maybe I got to take a break here?
Nah, cause I feel like right, cause fight week you just kind of relax and focus on the weight cut, right?
True. Yeah.
So it wasn't like you wasn't training hard. So I feel like that week was just like a little rest time, you know.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
then Saturday, the fight day is like a big sparring day type shit. So now we back.
Yeah, you certainly are. What do you make of, the fact that he's tough to finish, right? Like, I think he had the shoulder injury, I think, against Moreno. I don't think to my memory, I don't remember him getting finished anytime recently. Does that play into the game plan, knowing that Bruno Silva, you were able to finish, but maybe, with it being a 3-round fight, the finish won't come as easy in a matchup like that. Is that something you're considering with this fight?
Yeah, I know for a fact it's not gonna come easy to knock out, you know. So I know I'm in it for war. Uh, he's a tough guy, man. So I just gotta figure him out and stuff like that. So this is gonna be a banger, this fight. So the fans will love it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Take me through camp. Who are you going to be working with? Like same guys, like who are going to be the main training partners helping you get ready for this one?
Yeah, same guys. Same guys I always work with. Jacob Silva, Alden, Houston Maza, Jorge, Sebastians and things like that. So
Yeah, if it worked for you getting the win, don't change anything. I understand that. How's the weight? Because I'm sure you got a little nice meal after the fight, but the weight's probably good because you were already having to cut down anyways for the past fight, right?
yeah, the weight is great. The weight is always good.
Okay, cool. How's this one playing out? You said a war. What can we expect on June 28th?
A war for 3 round or get finished.
Yeah, simple as that. Okay, well, since you're on this card, I got to ask, who's winning the main event? Is it Charles or Ilia? Who's taking the lightweight title?
Damn, I like both of them, but Ilia right now, man, you can't doubt that motherfucker. You know what I mean? So he's very good. And we kind of got like the same style of fighting, so I gotta go with him.
What did you think of Marab's win at 135? That was pretty impressive.
It's good.
Yeah. Did you expect that? Like he looked pretty dominant against O'Malley.
I didn't watch the fight. I didn't
Okay.
watch the fight.
Oh, okay,
I
gotcha.
was
No
busy
worries.
watching my own fight.
Okay,
after
fair
the
enough.
fight.
Did you see the Patchy Mix fight with Mario Batista or no? You didn't see that either?
No.
Okay, fair enough. No, just had to ask anyways.
I was in the back.
Oh,
doing
that's
the
right. Yeah,
interview.
yeah, of course, because your fight happened. Yeah, I was just curious about that. Like a win here. Have you thought about? I know you're not looking ahead here, but you get a win here. Like you understand that you could be possibly fighting for a title after this. Like, has that crossed your mind? Because Royval's right up there. Like he's got a couple good wins since fighting Pantoja. Is that something you've even been able to process, or is it just like I got to fight this guy? I'll worry about it later.
Yeah, I can't look past Royval, but when I win June 28th, the title is the only fight that I'm fighting for. So yeah.
Is that what you think, or have you been told that? Like, I think the UFC would be pushing you. You're one of the youngest fighters on the roster right now.
I mean, like the UFC didn't tell me nothing, but it's like, he's the number one guys, and I beat the number one guys. Like, who am I supposed to fight except a title fight? So
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
yeah, it's a bit interesting because, and also Pantoja's beat all these guys. Like if he goes out there and beats France again, there aren't really a lot of fresh matchups, right? I think he's beat pretty much everyone else. Even France himself, he fought on the Ultimate Fighter, right? So I think there's a strong case. I know again, you're focusing on June 28th, but I was going to say, if you get a win or especially a finish, like there's going to be a strong case just because it's a fresh matchup. Like Pantoja's fought all these guys already.
yeah, I just got to win against Royval. And then, we can't look past Kai either, man. Kai
That's
is,
true. Yeah. No, good point. Good point. Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? We just gonna find out come June 28th.
Yeah. Do you know if they have a backup for that fight? Because I also wonder this: what happens if something happens in that title fight? They need to pull a flyweight to fight for the title. Is that something you thought of too?
I do both.
That's what. Well, no, but they probably do one or the other. They might pull one of you from the fight and put you in the title fight. That could happen too if something happens to France. Let's hope it doesn't. But is that something that it's even crossed your mind at all?
Not really, man. Cause you know what I mean. I don't wish nothing bad on the guys and
For
stuff
sure,
like that.
yeah.
'Cause training camps and all this shit. So I hope may the best man win on that fight. And then whatever God planned, it will come. You know what I mean. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, last question, Ken. What do you got planned the rest of the week? I know you're back in training, but do you get to enjoy a little bit? Like maybe not eating good food, but do you get to see family and all that? Like because this isn't a typical post-fight celebration week for you.
I mean, Sunday we had a cookout. You know what I mean.
Oh,
And
nice.
stuff like that.
How many people
So,
came? I remember last time you told me there was a ton of people.
there's a lot of people, the coaches, all the coaches, and the teammate, most teammate, and the family. So at least 30 to 40 people come,
Nice.
and
That's
we
nice.
had a crawfish and a barbecues and stuff like that. So like I had my fun. You know what I mean? Thank God, they called me before I start drinking.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that's good. And you know, you're feeding off that support as well. You know, your fan base obviously over like it's an army, right? That's behind you, which I'm sure really helps, you know, the success that you're having as well too. You got a lot of support is kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, thank you to all my fans that support me since day one. I'm doing this shit for you guys, man. Nothing but loves, you know what I mean? Because of you guys is what pushed me to, put on a show every fight, man. You know what I mean? And come June 28th, I'm trying to do the same thing, So let's get on the roll.
Yeah, and making time for interviews. Joshua, thanks so much for this, man. We're looking forward to it. It's a couple weeks away here. UFC 317, June 28th. Anyone you want to thank before we get out of here? Any sponsors, any social media? I'll give you the last word.
Man, thank you to all my teammate, Forums Fight Club, and Aslan Boxing Gym, Temple Construction, and Jesus is King.